Hi and welcome. Thank you for moseying on over to my channel during Taurus season, Sun in Taurus. I'm your master cosmologist and the head cheerleader to the stars, here to pick up what is on the cosmic airwaves right now. And I'm lighting some sage just to clear the air. I just had my retinas burned out right before I hit record. I saw an ad on YouTube, and it is the epitome of the sun at 0 degrees Taurus, 59 minutes. We're just about to go to 1 degree Taurus sun. But in the final seconds of 0 degrees Taurus, I saw this ad for an AI modeling agency. And if that isn't the epitome of zero Taurus, putting real people out of work, taking away real jobs for actual people and giving it to something fake that doesn't even exist. What is wrong with society? What is wrong? You know, how much worse can we make our economy? How much worse can we treat people? How much more forced obsolescence can we tolerate? We're just unemploying all of us, aren't we? Ooh, I'm going dark. I'm going 0 degrees Scorpio on you guys. The Earth's at 0 degrees Scorpio, which is the epitome degree. You know what's interesting? I've been thinking about dyeing my hair with henna to go dark like that, and maybe I'm auditioning the look right now. I'm kind of digging it. Let's see. The number one thing that is coming up so far is to lay it to rest. Just let the Undertaker take it under. I have been in a very agitated state for the past 24 hours. Not agitated like annoyed, just really riled up. A very fierce warrior spirit, what I would call a gangster or a thug kind of vibe has been pervading. And it's just so 0 degrees Scorpio, 0 degrees Taurus axis. It's totally thug life. Excuse me. But I got really charged up and I wanted to make a video and just whistle blow and put it all out there. And I stopped myself. I was like, okay, you're an emotional being. Let's chill. Let's let it pass and see if you still feel like you'd like to speak on it. And by the time I sat down and did my morning session at my altar, it fizzled out and I understand what was going on now. It was really just the last throes of feeling the need to fight and having to defend yourself, and also getting entangled in any way, shape, or form with all the bullshit, all the lies, all the old world. You know, it was just the last hurrah for that warrior spirit where I don't have any fight in me anymore because I've got better things to do. And it's going to entangle us if we continue to look at it, view it, talk about it, involve ourselves in it in any way, shape, or form. The point of today's energy is to cut it off. Just, it's deader than dead to you. What was, and there's no looking back. I was channeling a song all day long, and it's called And Gomorra by July for Kings and Gomorrah by July for Kings. I would encourage you to pause the video and listen to it and listen to the lyrics very carefully. There is this sense of burning your retinas and being blinded or being misguided or being misled or going down with it just by engaging with it. And it's super serious. It's not just a flippant, casual message that's coming through. This is the protection of your life, and this is the protection of having any hope of a future. Don't look back, don't look back, don't look back, don't look back. Do not engage, do not engage, do not engage. And that is just a segue for where this channel is going to go from here on out. There's no breath left to waste on talking about what they they are doing, what that world is doing, what's going down, what is being dismantled. Just to place any amount of attention on it is to exist with it. What I'm being soul coached and giving guidance on from here on out is to march on into our future, into our realm, into our world, into our creation that we are going to make. I'm hearing a song. It's from The Greatest Showman, The World We're Gonna Make, something like that. That's not the title, but that's the lyrics. The world we're gonna make. There's a really big deletion energy happening right here as the sun fizzles this out for good. So I feel like I'm being a little mind wiped right now. Let me try to pull myself back to the message here. I felt very clear and knew exactly what I was going to say. And now I feel kind of spaced out. I think my final point there is that you don't want to expend any more of your breath. To waste your precious breath on it is to drain your life force. I woke up seeing a visual of a drain, like a pipe, and it had a sewage or toilet bowl type of significance to it. It's like, just flush it away. Just let it go down the drain. It's all trash and you don't want to touch it. You don't want to eat it. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to involve yourself with it. And you most certainly don't want to expire by wasting your breath on it another second longer. So with that, I think we will end that there. And the beautiful thing about 0 degrees Scorpio, where the earth is that it is the protection of life. Life is precious. And that's what we're going to march into here. Trust in me, I will give you life. That was the lyrics of Gomorra. Trust in me. If I resonate with you, come along. We're going to make a beautiful new world and we will do it together. We will collaborate, we will cooperate, we will co-create, and we will paint a fabulous new designer world devoid of any artificially produced anything. It's going to be 100% natural, free range, organic. Yes, yes, it will. I'm going to do another video after this about Mars at the quintessential degree of Leo. Mars just moved there and it is giving off the coolest energy, the coolest vibe. I really, really like it. Yeah, I'll save it all for the other message. I've got a couple decks here that I'm going to be working with. I've got Lumicella, Togetherness Quilt, the Oracle of the Roses. Oh, the light's changing and I'm going Oompa Loompa orange. And Goddess of Love Tarot. My point with what I'm going to be moving into, just to give you a little direction, I don't know why I keep being shown 420, 420, 420, 420. I think we're getting high, but not in the way of getting stoned. It's like a different kind of high that I think I'm picking up on here. Okay, the light can change now. I look creepy. Oh, I saw a card that wants to come out. Ooh. We'll start here, the self. Okay, focus, 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 focus. This channel is going to take you into the creation of a new world, into art, into branding, into marketing for a whole new economy. And also, one of the things that I specialize in is tapping into nature and picking up how best to coexist with the earth and not live as a blight on this planet. I am loving the earth in Scorpio because it's just really rich. It's very much about black gold, pay dirt, how important the soil is. It's the basis of all of our economy. It's the basis of all life. Without soil, we don't exist. And there's this emphasis on carbon this year, sequestering carbon, and that being more important than all the gold in the world, banking the carbon back in the soil and ensuring that we are not tilling and destroying the soil and watching all of that carbon dissipate back into the atmosphere. There's a need to prioritize very different things. With this self card, I'm picking this up as being self-absorbed. Pretty sure the sun just moved. Oh, no, it's almost there. Almost there. Like 5 more minutes. In 5 more minutes, the sun goes to 1 degree of Taurus and the earth 1 degree of Scorpio. Okay, I gotta fix this. The light was shining in my eyes and making me orange. I don't think it's much better, but it's a little better. Okay, where was I? 1 degree Scorpio, earth. This card, the self. I'm getting to put all of your investment into being self-absorbed, not in a narcissistic, selfish, a-hole way, but in the way that you don't waste your precious resources and your attention or any of your currency into anything that you wouldn't want to promote or see flourish. And that the number one thing that you can do if you cannot get going on a project or you cannot seem to get motivated, if you have been stuck in a rut, if you're trying to get something off the ground and it's just not working, I guarantee it's because you're distracted and that you need to put your cell phone down or get off of YouTube, get off of your computer, and just focus on that thing. There has to be, I'm hearing dump it. I'm hearing dump it. We just went through 30 days of the earth in Libra, and 0 degrees is like dump it. It's not a healthy relationship. It's fucking toxic. Dump it. And then get really self-absorbed and Nurture the garden of your life. Grow the things that you want to grow. Make the things you want to make. Focus all of your energy, all of your time into those beautiful creations, all the things that would make you happy, all of the things that feel playful and joyful. And just walk away. Just walk away from the toxic, stupid box. I was taken to, oh, we're just going to be orange, whatever. We're just going to go orange today. I was taken to a couple points on the astrology chart to pull cards about specifically. The first one is going to happen in a few minutes, which is a fixed T-square with the sun, the earth, and Mars. Mars being the exit point or the leg of the T, which is the quintessential degree of Leo. It is love. It is the epitome of love. And it is make love, not war. It is your heart beats for your art. It is putting all of your drive and focus into your creative endeavors. It's going to war, fighting farting. I feel like I should start this message over. It's so bad. Oh my goddess. It's so not coming out right. It's okay. Just run with it, girl. And it's because there has been this crossroad energy of fighting for one thing and laying that sword down in the last 24 hours and picking up, maybe it's the same sword, but it's being focused into a different fight. It's not fighting all the bad guys and fighting the world and fighting the politics and fighting anything like that. It's fighting harder for what you love, fighting harder for what's valuable to you, fighting harder for your art than anything else. And by art, I'm just talking about creation in general, your hobbies, your passions, the things that you put off because you stare too long into your phone for hours and hours. And you don't go to bed on time because you stare at the TV instead of getting a good night's sleep and waking up rested and ready to go have a really good day, putting your heart into things that matter to you. This T-square, let's pull a tarot card and see what it is launching us into. It's interesting that I said launching us into. It is a war, but it is the war of art. So that's pretty clear. We're stepping into the war of art. Stay tuned for my Mars at 1 degree video. That'll be a separate message. What is this T-square? It's a fixed T-square. So it is really digging down, like posturing. The way I'm seeing it is how you base out when you're going to do martial arts or any balance type. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I cannot talk. I'm almost wanting to just restart this, but I think it's important to show that it's glitchy right now and that you're being tuned into a different channel. You know what it's like? It's like a railroad track you've been going on the same track in circles forever, and then that switch gets pulled and the track switches to a totally different course, but it's all new twists and turns and it's going somewhere. It's not just cycling in a circle, making you sick, going round and round and round. But the only way that you get onto that new track is you have to switch off of what was and get on to something new, exciting, open up your curiosity to something different, start talking about new things, put your focus, your attention, your conversations. When people try to pull you back onto that old track by talking about what that other world's doing, just stopping them politely. No, I'm not interested in talking about that with you. Thank you. Oh, you know what? It is 420 today too. That's why I keep saying 420 and then it was 420. Getting high, getting higher. We're not just going to be looping on this flat track anymore. We're politically spiraling somewhere different. We're ascending. All right. Focus card about this fixed T-square, please. Nope. All right. I got Maiden of Wands. Which I believe is the page in this deck. Yes. Bursting with curiosity and potential. 1 degree of Leo is the playful curiosity that a child views the world with. Wonder, delight. It's one big playground. Every day you wake up and you can't wait to get to play again. That is reigniting with this T-square. That pilot light is being fully reignited. But it doesn't happen just automatically. I'm seeing a visual of rubbing 2 sticks together. There's this need to create friction, to rub 2 sticks together. You have to move. You have to take the motion. The snake in the background is giving me that kind of gyrating, slithering motion where you have to actually move into it. It won't just spontaneously combust. You have to rub 2 sticks together. What turns you on? What turns you on? It's a really good question for this T-square. Not sexually, artistically, creatively. What sparks your passion? That's sexy in and of itself, but this is specifically not about sex. This is about creation and creativity. Stepping into it without the worry of what will happen. Instead, she queries, what if? What if? I like that. Without the worry of what will happen. Letting it go. Letting the hangups go. The thing I keep hearing now that we've stepped into the sun in Taurus is it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. When I was outside before this video, before I showered, I was out in the garden for a couple of hours and I realized that is truly my personal art. I'm not a generator of creation from scratch very often. What I actually find myself, my act of creation is repurposing and recycling and reconstructing and reimagining. I like to take things that already exist and put them together in a different manner, kind of like a baker or a scrapbooker, or yeah, it's my art is very pieced together. And I think that's been difficult for me to come to terms with, that I don't very often organically create something from scratch. That somehow makes me not an artist or not a creative being. And I really just got to assimilate it. Like, no, this is it. This is my art. I am a gardener, and what I'm doing here is throwing myself into making this yard a little microcosm of paradise, a little Eden. I'm taking trash. I live by myself. Me and my cats. We live 2 blocks from a garbage dump, and there's so much trash here, and people dump trash along the side of the street constantly. So instead of being ticked off about it, I decided that I'm going to collect as much of it that's usable, throw out the rest, and I'm going to turn trash into treasure. I'm going to make art installations and decorate my yard by repurposing all the trash as my own statement, my own protest, my own fight against an injustice or something that I see wrong in the world. Instead of just bitching about it, which I could do, which I used to do, is just bitch about how trashy this state is. So interesting. When you drive through South Carolina, there's trash everywhere. And then you go to North Carolina, you cross the border, and it's a different land altogether. There's some mindset that exists here where people don't take very good care of things, and they are very prone to just tossing things in their yard and having junkyards in their yard, and everything just looks really trashy down here. So yes, that's my piece de resistance. Is that even the right term? It's like my artwork. That's my resistance. That's my protest, is to take lemons and make lemonade. And how fun is that, actually? I spent probably an hour scrubbing a chair I found dumped in the neighbor's yard, a plastic chair, and I'm going to spray paint it. And I was like, why am I doing this? This is so pointless. I was like, no, it's not pointless. That's what art is. It takes time. Who cares if you waste an hour scrubbing down this chair and it doesn't turn out great, or I don't even know what the problem was in my mind. It was just feeling like I was wasting time. I was like, no, I want to spray paint this stupid plastic moldy chair hot pink. And I'm going to go put it out at my fire pit, and it's my art. I also have some rusty metal beams that I found that I'm going to spray paint pink and turn those into trellises and grow vines up them. And that's just what my art's going to be. 441 on the timer, the reverse of 144. Okay. You're getting long-winded here. Wrap it up, girl. What was the other thing? I'm going to pull a card for Venus, sextile Uranus. Venus is at the highest mastery degree of Pisces, which is my sun, 25 degrees of Pisces. Let's take a look and see what that is about. You know, I'm hearing Losing My Religion, the song by REM, as I ask that question. It feels like Uranus is doing a repurposing of religion or spirituality with Venus, and Venus is downloading it, onboarding it, sitting in the Hierophant's seat there. Saturn's about to cross over the North Node in the next 24 hours at 26 Pisces. Yeah, it's a new spiritual devotion. I've got the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Wands for that sextile. Seven of Wands. Well, Venus is definitely sitting on a throne and she's being crowned. She's going through a coronation as the Queen of the Rose Garden, the Garden of the Risen. She is a new queen of a new world. The Seven of Wands. This is a very defensive card. I'm getting an overseeing quality. That there are architects that oversee the growth of this new realm, this new territory, and they are being promoted to the position of a Queen of Wands type of existence, where their leadership is artistic leadership. It's also leading by example. The Queen of Wands doesn't just sit idle. She's very hands-on. She's very artistic. She would 444. She would get her hands dirty. She would roll up her sleeves and dig into the garden. She would not mind making a mess to make her art. And there was one more thing I wanted to look into. I think it was North Node Saturn. Let's pull a specific card for North Node Saturn and see what that is. North Node Saturn. Yo, if you made it this far, you're a trooper. Apologies for the incoherent nature of this message. I hope it had some semblance of relevance and made some sort of sense. I do feel it. I knew there was going to be two cards. There was a design happening on the desk here. Six of Swords and Five of Swords. Wow. This is really profound imagery. And Gomorra. Don't look back. Don't look back. Look at how destructive that is to the heart. It impales the heart and it leaves you skin and bones, just bones returning back to the earth. And then the Six of Wands is the card of victory. This is probably the swan that we're riding on is probably Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries. But there is a wow, okay, let's look at these together. It's almost like there's a closed portal, putting a stopper or a cork so you don't go in that hole, go in that drain. I'm seeing this like a drain, like a cork in a drain. And then this, an open door. Like there's a portal. There's a portal. And I am using that term loosely. I'm not talking about an actual portal. And I don't like when people talk about every day is a freaking portal. It's not. But what I am meaning with the word portal is when you turn your back and you never look back on what was, and you just focus on what's ahead, you step into all I can hear is victory. Victory, victory, victory. I'm gonna look at the Six of Swords just to see if there's anything else I can glean off of there. And I kind of figured out why my mind's going off topic and can't seem to make complete sentences. Mercury's at 3 degrees of Aries, which is the mind getting on a different track. I think what is happening is there's probably this propensity to want to talk about what was or what the world's doing, or to kind of regurgitate things, talk about what's wrong. There's this kind of stoppage that's happening in my own head right now. So I don't talk about problems, and I talk about solutions and where we're going. This is solutions and where we're going. Moving away from the pain and the heartache. A reprieve. Moving on with compassion for yourself. That's the Self card. Moving on with compassion for yourself. Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries. Protecting yourself. Not involving yourself. Laying down the sword. Retiring from the war. Picking a better fight. Fighting for the things your heart loves more than you fight for the shenanigans that everyone else is getting entangled and the messes that they're making. Something coming to a close. So yes, there is a closure. It is. Today is a closure. Close the door, lock it, don't reopen it. Step through into the new. Move forward with love and wholeness with ease. What am I being asked to let go of, to move toward, and to surrender to the new? What am I being asked to let go of, to move toward, and to surrender to the new? It's a good question. I'm going to pull one more oracle card and close this out. That went way longer than I intended. Having a hard time shuffling. I have an injured finger because we're clearing up prostitution energy on this planet and hand jobs. That was TMI. Sorry, that was TMI. But there's been a lot of purging. There's been a lot of purging, and a lot of it's coming through the skin and through the physical body. Final message is the companion, which is the Provence rose, an old garden rose. The companion. I'm hearing who's coming with? Who's coming with? That's a good question. Do you want to go down with Gomorra? Who's coming with? Number 15. This is an interesting note from the guide. It says, you may find by tailoring and combining two or more of your projects, ideas, or plans, a more achievable result may be had. Interesting. Other people and their needs are going to play a bigger part in any decision making that you need to make or plans that you have in the future. On my personal read this morning, I was pulling a lot of energy about yoking, companionship, the chariot, 1 + 1 = 3, collaboration, which is interesting to me because the sky isn't really blinging that hard in the numbers, but for some reason, all the cards keep indicating you can't do this alone. You can't do this alone. You need that companion. You need that other half. I pulled an otter card this morning, and whenever I see an otter card, it means your other half, your otter half. The companion is there as a shoulder to cry on, a cheerleader to spur you on, and a smile you can always rely on. Aww. It's kind of like I don't know. I feel like somebody needs to hear that right now. That you're going to need that companion, that shoulder to cry on, that cheerleader to spur you on, and a smile you can always rely on. Meanings, relationships, partnerships, loyalty, support, agreements. All right. I'm frazzled. I know I didn't dazzle anyone today, but I hope the point came through, which is to let the Undertaker take that world down. Let the ones involved with taking it down, take it down. If you feel like you're meant for what's new and what's upcoming, then disassociate completely from the past. With this companion card, I'll just close it out with don't make yourself its companion. Don't marry it. Don't wed it. Don't till death do you part, because you won't part. You'll go down with that underworld bride or that underworld companion. Be a companion, be married to the new. All right, I'm out of here. Bye.